Firstly, let me draw the blame on the doorstep of either the federal government or state government, or again the local government. It depends on who pick the area or where they get it wrong. First and foremost, we cannot address Apapa gridlock without going to memory lanes. I remember when I was first elected as a unit secretary of Unipetrol, then now Ohando at Apapa. We are having just 7 loading points in Apapa, and the loading point is meant largely for legal consumption of petroleum products. In those days, the refineries, other NNP's depot across the federation are functioning well. I'm talking about for the past 39 years ago. But to my surprise, it got to a stage we saw private loading depot, private jetty springing up in Apapa like mushroom, without considering where those tankers that will patronize them will be parking. All available spaces in Apapa being occupied by private investors, and they are not investing anything than to build a petroleum jetty or tank farm. I could remember vividly when the APC national leader Tinubu was about leaving office. We had an encounter with him when we have surge of tankers coming from every corner in the whole federation, north, east, south, they are all coming down to Lagos to pick fuel. Because the entire system of NNPC, apart from system 2B that are within southwest, they've collapsed, and that is the only system 2B functioning. So the other people have no option than to come down to Lagos to pick fuel. And coming down to Lagos to pick fuel, they don't know any other places apart from Apapa. So we continue to have surge of tankers coming down to Lagos, and the entire Lagos was about to be shut down as a result of lack of preparation for where those tankers are going to park. Most of these private tank farms, they don't have loading bay, no transit parking, nowhere they can keep some trucks, about 100, if they are loading 100 a day, where those 100 can be kept within their facility for them to load and move. And any little crisis of not loading the prescribed number of trucks to load it, like if they plan to load 100 trucks and they are unable to load it finish, the remaining one that are coming for tomorrow will not know, because there was no call-off system. So they will still come and jam those are yet to be loaded a previous day. And that is where we have, as the petroleum, oil and gas system is collapsing, so also the port authority system is also collapsing. It within that time, we see that the access road to the port is nowhere to be found. Totally collapsed. The articulated vehicles, containerized vehicles of articulated vehicles coming to pick goods and service in Port Authority, they started struggling the road, the little available space with the tankers, whereby we have everything gone astray. So that is the build-up of the gridlock we are seeing in Apapa. And now, we in Nupeng, as a reliable organization, we also even appeal to government that we don't want a situation whereby we continue having head-on collision with containers, trucks. And what we are carrying is highly inflammable products. And if you have any accident that involve both trucks, the entire Lagos is gone. So we keep on appealing to government, people, the power that be in the system, to allow other system to be functioning, so that one will reduce the influx of tankers coming to Lagos and Apapa area. When you look at the surface, it's okay, but it's very, very dangerous and cash consuming. There are a lot of advantages and disadvantages. And I think disadvantages are more than advantages. If they should relocate town farm from Apapa to any area. Firstly, when we have town farm in Apapa, there was never be residential around that area. It's as a result of people working in those town farm start living around where they are working, not minding the endangering of their life and their properties. So if government really want to do justice, because if you don't say we want to relocate them, fine. Who's going to pay for the cash that will be wasted? And where is the money? The country that's still borrowing at will, non-stop. Are they still going to find a way of giving money to some individual that invested? Some both foreign and local banks finance the project, and majority of them are running bankruptcy. They don't know how to pay their banks that enhance their investments. So these are the things we need to look. Let me be frank with you. E-color, it has been the traditional system of tank farm owners. Yeah. Because we do have program of how many trucks to be loaded in a day. And if you are not on that program, you dare not bring your truck to the loading arena. Nupeng has a very strong structure. We have VIO section, we have task force section, and all our guys along the road leading to all loading point, they have the copy of each depot program. If your truck number is not on that, you can't come, you can't pass through their joint. They will turn you back. And they also communicate with their officers at the loading point. It is the officer at the loading point that will also work in conjunction with Federal Road Safety Corps now, that if they've exhausted the loading truck at the depot, they will give signal to all the point where those tankers will pass through before they will allow another one to come in. Any high concentration you see along that route, they are not done there, they are on program. They are on program. Nobody, as time to be corrected, can bring their truck from anywhere to Apapa Arena without being on it, because the union will descend so heavily on such person. You know, economic sanction is very dangerous when it comes to our business. If union should pronounce an economic sanction on any truck, the owner of the truck will be in trouble, the driver will be in trouble. And it will also affect the loading capacity of the depot too. So that is why we have synergy, we have collaboration with IPMA, Independent Market Association of Nigeria, NATO, National Association of Road Transport Owners, with us, that we need to work in harmony and in collaboration with one another. So if you are not programmed, you can't come down, and you come down, you are going to be dealt with severely. Where we are having some problems, you know, government believe they can do it, clear the road, they set up task force, and the same task force, you know, nobody can control our guys more than us. They know us, they fear us than any other person. But the task force they put in place, maybe they've been hearing of oil money before, and they have the opportunity to work within that corridor. Some of our guys, you know them, they know their language. When they speak the language to them, we say, okay, go and park there. So when the union are coming to sanction those, they say, no, we ask you to park there. Iwusungo. You can see where we are continuing to compound the problem. Government trying to resolve certain problem. Unknowingly, they are still contributing to the problem too. So government need to allow NUPEN to do their job. Okay, let me tell you another scenario. When we have a encounter with Lagos State government in the past, don't park on the high bridge, don't park on the road, we face one another. When you say somebody should not urinate here, and you don't give an alternative, a man must obey the call of nature. You should urinate anywhere you see. You say we shouldn't park here and there, and you don't provide alternative where they park. And it is the same inefficiency of government brought them from everywhere, from all parts of the country. And our union is not a sectional union, it's a national union. Any truck that leave Sokoto for now and it's in Lagos, it's as if it's at home.
So we have trucks, tankers coming as far as...
That's what I'm saying, from all over the federation. Because, okay, let me give you our forefathers thinking when during the advent of this oil exploration. Firstly, Port Harcourt Refinery was built mainly for the production of oil that will surface southeast. Now, Port Harcourt Refinery is not working well. People in southeast must not be punished unjustly. Any imported fuel that brought to Lagos, they need to be part of it. So all trucks that are supposed to be stationed within the southeast find their way to Lagos. Then again, Warri Refinery was built solely to take care of south. Warri Refinery is not working again. So all the trucks, those asses, have to find their way to Lagos. You can see how the congestion is being built up. Kaduna Refineries was also set up to take care of the entire corners. I cannot remember when last Kaduna Refinery worked class. So all the tankers in Kaduna, the entire north, they find their way to Lagos. We in Southwest, we don't have refinery, but we have a very big storage at Glasgow. That one will pump to System 2B, Mosimi. Mosi will pump to Ore. Mosi will pump to Ejibo. Just to take care of Southwest. And that is the only thing that is sustaining the nation now. This is a good question, but I won't speak for any organization. I want to speak as a person, and also as a trade unionist, and also as a stakeholder in oil and gas industry. Privatization is the best option, but not the way government is looking at it. Privatization that will not be import-driven policy, I will support that. But the government own is import-driven because they believe they don't want to wait. Everybody's looking for quick money at the detriment of Nigerians who will go abroad, bring fuel. Where we get those fuel, they will be smiling to banks. Why we suffer it here? Some capitalists also corner it in one way or the other because they are looking for subsidy claim. They will be enriching themselves, compounding the fraud malpractices in the nation. But my own take, in as much as I support deregulation, my own deregulation is that I will be based on our local production. Before we think of deregulation, let's be producing locally. Whatever we now get out of the deregulation, it will be made for Nigerians. It will create more jobs. Some people are complaining that Kaduna Refinery has not been working, but they pay staff salary. Is it the fault of the workers not to work? You are not providing what they need to work with. So nobody should tell me, say, because the refinery is not working, so all the staff there should be sacked. And lie. Union will resist it. It's still the same thing. Removal of subsidy. It has two pairs. If we remove subsidy and we are not producing locally, we are still coming to the same point. But if you say we are not removing subsidy, we still depend on import-driven deregulation. I trust some radical capitalists. They will corner the whole thing to their pocket. Any subsidy remover, we should think of local production. Because we had in the past, when they were trying to scrutinize some of these so-called importers, some in those days they will be loaded at a Port Harcourt refinery, bringing the product to Lagos. At the IST, they will change the plate number, they will change the documentation, claiming that it's from abroad. You can see that is why we said headquarters of corruption in Nigeria is oil and gas industry.